excited about these new Cars on the Road Disney Store diecasts. With their ability to let you switch between different character variants, I thought it was a really fun and clever gimmick that could help set the Disney Store's releases apart from Mattel's. And then I opened the Ivy one. While I really like the Ivy diecast, and it's probably the best Disney Store car I think I've ever reviewed, I was thoroughly disappointed by her accessory when I realized it was basically just made of this really thin paper-like material that could snap very easily. Something that honestly really concerned me because at the end of the day, these are kids' toys, and the last thing you want is a toy that breaks very, very easily. I bet you if you gave this to a kid, it would break within minutes. It flexes so easily and is just seconds away from snapping or ripping. But I said, hey, you know what? It's fine. Whatever. It isn't fine. I think it's a really, really bad design oversight. But I thought at least the McQueen will probably be better because some of his accessories are plastic. This is actually plastic. Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another review and to another Disney Store diecast review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Cars on the Road Lightning McQueen set. This sells for about $16 on the Shop Disney website as well as the Disney Store, if you could find one that still exists, am I right? And it comes with Lightning McQueen as well as two accessories. This hunk of plastic, which is of course Lightning's Road Rumbler gear, which attaches to the McQueen. As you can see, there are some sort of divots in the McQueen to attach accessories. And this shell for Deputy Hazard McQueen. On the box, you can see pull back and let it go. Same as with Ivy, these are returning the pullback functionality to the Disney Store cars, a feature that was actually missing on the Cars Toon 3-packs. Now let's open this guy up and get through the high security prison that is the box of a Disney Store diecast. Woo. I really need to get my tripod out the next time I review a Disney Store car. Alright. Get it out. And oh, look at that. It isn't actually twist tied down. It just uses these really fun Cars logo ties that a lot of Disney Store merchandise has done. So we just gotta untie these, and our McQueen should be a free man. Be free, Lightning. Be free. We got one. Can we get the other? There he is. He's a free McQueen. And now let's get these out. Ooh! I really should have seen this coming, but this is not a hard plastic. This is a soft plastic piece for the Rumbler gear. Once again, disappointing. At this point, I really shouldn't have been so disappointed. I really should have seen that coming, honestly. But at least, just in theory, it being made of soft plastic is a lot better than it being made of this sort of paper-thin material, like the Deputy Hazard shell or the Ivy shell. Alright, so there's the Rumbler gear, and once again, yeah, it's made of a soft plastic, so it does flex pretty easily. Okay, now let's get the Deputy Hazard shell out, and attempt to not completely break it. Let's see here. Be free. Okay, I don't know why this isn't working. We're just gonna... There we go. Alright, so we've got Lightning. We've got the Rumbler gear. We've got the Deputy Hazard. And much like with Ivy, he is made out of this sort of papery material. But unlike Ivy, honestly, I think he's quite a bit sturdier than Ivy's. Ivy's is really, really thin. The Deputy Hazard one is a bit thicker and even includes a plastic light bar up top. Still probably would break pretty easily, but I wish the Ivy one were of this slightly higher quality. Road Trip McQueen himself, I'm a little disappointed with the expression. Lightning and Mater were both given just blank stares. They kind of just look like they're model sheets, honestly, which is pretty funny, but it is a very disappointing facial expression. I kind of get why they wanted to do a blank face, just to make him look completely neutral, because you're putting different variants on him. Deputy Hazard here is looking off to the side, but would have been nice if they did something a bit more unique. These parts on the roof and hood are actually spring-loaded so that you could fit in the rumbler gear, which is very interesting. I don't think they take away from the design of the diecast too much. I think there are ways they could have made that look a lot worse. Got radiator springs on the road logo there. 95 on the side is light your tires. The 95 on the back. There is very little to a Road McQueen design, so there really isn't much to say. This back one is spring-loaded too. I think it's so fun that they made them spring-loaded. I think that was the right choice instead of just making them holes in the McQueen, right? Speaking of holes in the McQueen, there are a few in the base to help attach the road rumbler gear. We've got his exhaust there. Before we put the road rumbler gear on, though, let's slap the Deputy Hazard shell on. Yeah, looks fine. Looks all right. Looks a lot better than Ivy does with hers. Beyond this being so cheaply made, it also has just some inaccuracies with the moss on the roof. Deputy Hazard looks perfectly fine. Yeah, it isn't cut out perfectly, but I think that was done so that you could take it off pretty easily. Ivy's also had a bit of an issue with fully fitting on her. This fits on McQueen just fine. It isn't completely snug, and it does stick out a bit, but it's gonna stay on there. Look, even if I pick him up, shake him around a good deal. Say, took quite a bit of shaking to get it off. You can see it says Deputy Hazard there on the roof, Deputy on the side. Unfortunately, the back is blank, but once again, like, when I mean blank, I mean it's not covered by this. But once again, I think that was just done so that you could take it off easier. I don't really know where the ideal place to take it off from would be. Maybe from the back, I guess. I don't know what they want you to do. But yeah, honestly, after how disappointing Ivy was, I was really concerned for this. Like, look, you could even tell that Ivy's eyes are just a sticker here. But seems to me like they put a lot more effort into the McQueen than they did the Ivy, which kind of makes me wish that Ivy just didn't come with accessories and was just sold on her own for a little cheaper. But whatever. The Ivy diecast was much better than the Ivy accessories, but here I think the McQueen accessories are going to be much better than the McQueen diecast. Now, let's give McQueen his accessories. Let's see. Alright. There we go. Cool. We are transforming McQueen into its post-apocalyptic look. Just gonna give him this. It's a little difficult to do just because of the fact that the pieces are made of a soft plastic. You gotta be probably pretty careful. I don't want any of this to break off. I don't think it would, but you never know. It's the Disney store after all. So, I mean, we could just keep McQueen like this, right? He just kind of looks like he's gonna go to a Metallica concert or something. Is this what people dress like when they go to Metallica concerts? I don't know. But now, we've just got to snap these pieces into place on his base. Let's see. I probably should have put the other accessories on first, to be honest. I mean, I should have put this on before the other accessories. Just so that it was a bit easier. But let's see if we could line up the holes on the base. Plug everything in. Alright, so I fully attached this piece, and it's not the best, but it's alright. That's basically the motto of the entire Disney Store diecast line, isn't it? I think it looks pretty good. Again, this is all a soft plastic piece, and it's a perfectly suitable Road Rumbler McQueen. Unlike the color changer from Mattel, you could actually still see all of his logos underneath the parts you attach, which is actually accurate to the show. There's some nice sort of weathering detailing there. The part I was most concerned about, you have all these spikes, which is fun. The part I was most concerned about, though, is the spoiler. You have to raise this over the spoiler on the back and lift it and bring it to the front, which is what is shown on the back of the box, and it's also what's accurate to the episode. That was a bit difficult to do. I had to do that part off camera because I was just kind of concerned it would break because you do have a pretty thin connection here. There is a bit of an oversight there as well with just the length of the mohawk actually gets in the way of the spoiler, so once again, bit of an oversight with how everything comes together. Also, oh no, Oh, you're kidding. Does the pullback not work when he's in this form? Oh, let's see here. Oh, great. Oh, his mohawk just fell off. Cool. Thank you, Disney Store. Very cool. Yeah, so I guess the pullback isn't really going to work. The one problem I have is, number one, there isn't a peg hole here. I wish it connected there. And number two, he doesn't really plug into this hole in the front all that well. I'll try to secure it a bit more. It's hard to do on camera, but just from how much it sticks out, it seems that, yeah, look at that. The rubber goes further than McQueen, which really impedes on his rolling and the pullback functionality. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, and I'll double check that first, but that's not a good thing. Alright, you guys know the drill. The car's gotta be revved up, roll down the room, and crash into the Taylor Swift pillow at the end of the room. Something that this McQueen's not going to be able to do because, yeah, the pullback barely works on him. Yeah, also his mohawk just fell off again. Yeah, as you can see, the pullback really doesn't work when the Road Rumbler gear is on him, which is a real shame. It's just the way the car is assembled. No matter how much I push the pins into the holes, you know, the shell never sort of fully goes on. There's always some flex just because of the material, and you can see that is stopping the McQueen from rolling because this piece is way too thick and is lower than the wheels. So he can roll sort of okay, but just this whole thing, this whole part of it is a mess. And like I said in the review of Ivy, what did you expect? It's the Disney Store. Their stuff was never the highest quality, but it is disappointing because this is a fun gimmick, and it's been disappointing to see how they sort of squander it. I'm sure maybe if you tried hard enough, you could get the McQueen to work. But yeah, once again, the biggest problem is the material. If this, like, they could have designed this in such a better way. If this were maybe a hard plastic piece that didn't have this little connector thing at the bottom, like, why implement the pullback feature in your item if it's not gonna work, right? Yeah. I think it looks good cosmetically, but once again, it kind of fails as a toy. Anyway, without it, McQueen should be fine. Wow! That is powerful. I did not expect that, especially after just how bad he performed with the Road Rumbler gear on. And obviously, you're going to get the same performance out of Deputy Hazard. Go, Deputy Hazard, go, go, go! I need to find a better place to race these. But there you have it, guys. Honestly, once again, a sort of mixed review. The accessories both look good, and Deputy Hazard is of significantly higher quality than the one that came with Ivy. I also just think it looks better. Not the best, but I think it is a bit better. Once again, the Rumbler gear looks good, but functionally, as if you're attempting to play with these, race these, do the pullback feature, it's not really going to work with this, which all comes down to a fundamental flaw in how it was designed. Once again, for all the accessories with these, if you just chose better, stronger materials, you wouldn't have these problems, but they took the easy way out and didn't do that. I don't know if I would recommend this item. I think it all comes down to if you like how these look. I don't know what I'm going to display this McQueen as. I might keep him as Deputy Hazard. I might keep him as the Road Rumbler one, because I think they both look good. It's just, you know, this means you can't really use the pullback feature. And again, it's just disappointment regarding the material. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think about these in the comments. Now we only got one more of these to review, which is the Mater. Maybe he'll be okay. I don't have much faith anymore, but at least he'll probably look good. Bye now.